I'm moving in 4 months and I have too many things. Hi, I'm Yulia and I'm moving abroad at the end of June. This is a series about me going through my things and parting ways with items that no longer serve me as a way to reduce my moving costs and improve my life before my move. Well, this is the first day of the series, or at least I hope it will become a series, but today's the first video either way. So, just like the intro said, I am moving in 4 months. I am moving at the end of June, and I have so many things. Where we are right now is one of my childhood bedrooms. I've had 3 of those in total, one in Russia, one not too far away from here where I lived up until the age of maybe 13 years old. And now we're here. I am now 22, going on 23, and this room is a mess. Starting from COVID, I have had a rather complicated life situation, but suffice it to say, at 17 I have moved out, and at 19 I came back. From the age of 20 and up until now, still ongoing, I have been a full-time student. Perhaps cleaning has not been one of my priorities. And with the move coming up in just a few months, I think it is time for me to change that, because obviously moving that many things abroad will be quite costly. As much as this series is going to focus on a person decluttering years and years of their life, I think it will also give an interesting perspective on the life of a person who has been mentally ill, diagnosed for a few years now, and what kind of things they hold onto. I do want to break the stigma of somebody maybe hoarding things or not cleaning their room, and people saying that they're lazy, because obviously for a lot of people that is not the reality of things. I have actively dealt with things for quite a few years now, and obviously cleaning has not always been at the forefront of my mind. But as we all know, the cleanliness of someone's room and someone's house does heavily affect their mental health. And I think it's time for me to change, although my room is nowhere near as bad as someone else's room can get. Although I must say, I'm not a hoarder. I am just a person who will throw something somewhere because that item does not have a dedicated place in their room, and goes on with her life, and then she wonders why she feels so overwhelmed, and that's because her room looks like a dumpster. So, the first thing that we'll be tackling in this series will be my closet, which is over there. The reason that I want to tackle my closet first is because when I lay in bed, so obviously this is my pillow, and my closet is right in front of that. So whenever I go to bed, whenever I'm on my bed, that is the main thing that I'm looking at. And honestly, the current state of my closet is stressing me out. There are also quite a few things that I think can get thrown out of there, just because I have a tendency to keep things that I think I will maybe need further on. Just sitting here, I'm already seeing quite a few things there that I know I will not need. And before we get further into this video, if you are interested in this kind of content, please do consider clicking the subscribe button and maybe leaving a comment or a like, just to show me that you are interested in seeing this kind of content. As the time goes on, I am currently trying to post 1 video a week. Have I already broken that promise to myself? Yes, I have, but it's only going to get better from here, I promise. So, the way that this is going to work, I think, this might change throughout the video, but this is my initial plan, is I'm going to take everything out of my closet onto my bed. I'm going to wipe down my closet because obviously there's probably a lot of dust in there. And once we are ready to start putting stuff back into the closet, we'll see what we want to put back into the closet, what we want to find a different place for. Maybe there is something that we want to throw out, because that, knowing me, that's a very good possibility. There's probably stuff that just needs to get thrown out at this point. Or if there are any items that we are going to be putting up for sale, because I have been selling quite a few of my belongings on Vinted, just because I think that if you have an item which is still in good condition and it can be used by someone else, I feel bad throwing that kind of stuff out. I really do, because it feels rather wasteful, and I think I've sold maybe close to 60 of my items on Vinted by now. In there were video games, books, clothes, a couple of electronic items. And I've also taken some stuff from my boyfriend to sell because they have a house here close to me as well, and he had a lot of things there that he just doesn't have a use for anymore. So let's get started. I'm pretty nervous to start this, I'll be honest, because this is like putting my whole life out for the internet to see. But then again, I do not agree with the stigma of a messy room. Let's get rid of the stigma. Fuck it, let's go. I'm not going to do a proper setup to just film this little part of the video. I'm just gonna say I have never seen my closet that clean. But I don't think I've ever seen my bed this messy. You're about to see it in a second. A lot of things we will just be putting immediately back into the closet just because that's where they live, but I think I'll go through all of my belongings one by one to see if maybe that makes me feel guilty about keeping certain things. I'm not too sure. We'll find out. Let's start. These are shipping bags that I use for Vinted. There's a couple different sizes in there. This one, I don't really know what to do with. Makes interesting noises because it did actually fall a few months ago and some of the glass smashed. You can't really see it, but that does mean that it makes interesting noises because the glass isn't fully full. So I think for everyone's health and safety, this can actually go into the bin. First item bin. I do want to say that there are some things that were in the closet but aren't actually on the bed, and that's because they don't fit, and those we will see a bit later. This is a picnic blanket. And it's actually a really nice one. It was a fairly cheap one, but we're keeping that because as much as I don't get much use of it, I already agreed to store this somewhere else, which is at my boyfriend's house, so that other people can use it. This is a card. I didn't realize that this was in my closet, because I do have a place where I store cards. Is this a Valentine's Day card? No, it's not. I don't think it is. Oh, this is one of the anniversary cards. Yeah, that's from our 2-year anniversary, so this was gifted to me around 6 months ago. Okay, this is one of the things that I was talking about where I said that I'm looking at my closet and already that some stuff has to get thrown out. This is a folder from my first 2 years of college with all my subjects in it. Well, all my notes from all the subjects. And I'm looking at it and there is not a single thing that's useful from here because I haven't looked at it since the first year. So I don't think I need this. The only thing I've looked at it from it is a project, but that's on my PC. So I don't think I actually need this. This can go in the bin because any information that I would need from this stage of my education is online. Okay, the same goes for this folder here, because this is from my 2nd year of college. So that's going into the bin. And also you will not be seeing this from my other 2 years of college because that's all on my tablet. Okay, next item is this, which is my driver L letter. L plate, whatever. But I think this can actually go in the bin because I don't really have anyone to give this to. This is my controller. Have not used that in a while. I definitely like this controller. It's not broken, or anything. So this, I don't have a specific place for, so currently it's just gonna go onto my office chair. Okay, next I'm gonna tackle this big thing. This is my art tablet. And the reason it's up there is because I haven't had time for art. So I'm not too sure whether I want to get rid of this or not. These are 2 Polaroid photo albums. Because it's not just me, I don't want to show you guys, I do want to show you guys some of the pictures out of there, but I don't feel comfortable doing that since I don't have the permission of other people. I forgot that I owned this purse. Cute little green purse. I'll be holding on to that until I decide that I don't need it anymore. This is my electronics box. Gone through it not too long ago, so I don't think it's a productive use of my time to go through it again. That can just go straight into the closet because that's where it lives. There's actually a box here. It wasn't in the closet. The other MacBook box has a MacBook in it and I am trying to sell it on my eBay. The little Splatoon box, I don't know why that was actually in the closet because I do actually have a separate box for all my Nintendo games. This big item, a cardigan that I'm crocheting for my mother, and it's not ready, and that goes into its, I do actually have a crochet little drawer in here, so that actually does just live in here. Let's go through the small things here. Oh, I thought I lost this. This is my Lego passport. I thought I lost this. Haven't filled it out, but I got these stamps here. Oh, I didn't realize, is that fucking Ryan there? Little stamp, I didn't realize that. Oh, and I got a couple of stamps there. What is this? Oh, that's a map. That's a map of Phoenix Park that the man at the Phoenix Park sensor was drawing on for us to show us where to find a deer. That was such a cool trip. This is a card that I got from my friends a very long time ago. Don't want to show the inside of it, but on the back it does have some very embarrassing photos with me in them. And this is where I don't actually know what to do with an item, because it's an item I don't use. It's also an item I'm not too sure how one disposes of, because it's a laptop. This laptop was put together for me by a friend. But unfortunately, the laptop, I would say, has kind of come to the end of its life cycle because it doesn't run well. I think that this laptop I will deal with later because it's a heavy thing, but I think it could probably be sold for parts. This is one of my cameras. I have 2 cameras and this is my old camera, and for now I'm holding onto it while I figure out how much I want to sell it for, or if I even want to sell it. So we'll see what I do with that camera, but I think I'll probably sell it on for a decent price. I believe this is a little notebook that I accidentally stole from my mother. Oh, this is my little streaming notebook. I might hold on to this because I do actually have a lot of stuff to be writing down at the moment. That can go aside for now. This is a reading logbook, which has been long forgotten because I've only put down 2 books into it. You can't sew it on because obviously it already has things written in it. But throwing it away also feels wasteful, and I do want to start reading. But then again, I could just have a digital log. This is a hard one. I think I should just have a digital log of it when I do read once in a while, which I think I'll have more time for soon enough. This is my electronic book, which I do use from time to time. Not too sure what it's doing in the closet because it has a space. It has a place on my little shelf. I believe this is the cable that I used to connect my tablet, like my digital tablet, to my my graphics tablet. Bloody hell, can't think today. To my PC, so I'm actually gonna hold on to that because it's a nice and long one. This is a coconut lip balm. I was gifted a set of these, and this one's definitely been open for... Yeah, this was gifted to me over a year ago, and this one's been opened. I have 3 more with different flavors of these. This one's definitely been open for more than a year, so that, for safety reasons, especially because my lips very, very dramatic. I shouldn't be using an expired product. This, for the sake of everyone, I will not be showing on stream either, just because there's a lot of names on here, although this was given out to people. But I will show this. This is obviously not my graduation ceremony, because I never graduated from there because I dropped out. But that's honestly that is a story time waiting to be told. Everything to do with King's College is honestly a story time waiting to happen. So at some point I will probably start doing story times. But so this isn't mine. But yeah, this was actually my cousin's graduation because we did go to the same school. But that I've been meaning to find a place for in my memory box somewhere. This is my old pair of earbuds. And unfortunately they have died after they went through the washing machine. And I've tried to fix them. My dad's tried to fix them. But I did end up buying a new pair. So I think this we can also put on the maybe sell for parts. I actually got caught by my boyfriend for me at the Three Kings parade 2 years ago. Pretty low quality one, so I don't think anyone would want it. And I do have the videos as a memory, I believe. So I think that can go in the bin. One of the last items on the bed that we have to go through is just this mixed media book, which I'm definitely keeping for whenever I feel like doing some art. I do believe there is some cool art in here. Like, there is this, I don't think I've ever shown this anywhere, and it actually has like the plan in here. And like some sketches for it. I know that this is inspired by a song, but I know it's inspired by a Sleep Token song, but I can't think which one. Then I just did a random drawing of fucking Noah Sebastian in here. The fact that I was able to recognize it. That's back when he had long hair. Like, I definitely go through like art stages. Okay, then here I decided to just start planning directly into the sketchbook. This is the drawing that I started doing for Rain. The lyric in Rain by Sleep Token is, "And I know, I am what I am, the mouth of the wolf, the eyes of the lamb." The mouth of the wolf, the eyes of the lamb, I think is a very well-known biblical thing, but I actually wanted to trace it back to what it was originally, which is Matthew 7:15, "Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravening wolves." I believe that's like the original drawing sketch that I did for that song. And then I don't think you can see it, you can kind of see it. This is like a very faint outline for me to draw it in watercolors. Then this is my boyfriend's dog. God bless him. It's a very old drawing, and unfortunately the dog is no longer with us. Into the closet, but this actually has a specific place for it, which is on top of my art box, which I do own, and I need to go through it. Now, this is my art box. It has a lot of things from many different parts of my lifetime. Graphite pencils in here. It has lots of things in here. Just because like I have tried myself out in a lot of art things. When I was in school, I did think that I was going to go into like art university or something, like into fine arts. And look at me now, going into the medical healthcare field. There are some paintbrushes here for watercolor, I believe. Never tried them out, I don't think. But that's because I did open the set and I did use them. There is also some metallic pencils, which I actually got on my last trip to Russia. So I will hold on to those. I don't remember what this technique is called. This is basically where you like carve it out with a knife, then you roll paint onto it, and then you do like a print. These are my beloved Van Gogh. Oh. These are my Van Gogh watercolors. This is actually the second set of these that I own, because I have no idea what happened to the first set. I think it got lost when I was moving back home. They're nice, I like them, we're keeping that. We have a bunch of acrylics. These are Amsterdam acrylics. Not the best quality, but that's just a brand that I've been swearing by my whole life, so we're keeping that. This is paint thinner, because I used to paint with oils. I think that can go in the bin. I'll find out how to dispose of that properly, but that can go in the bin. Because what I actually have here is a paint thinner with no smell. That one I'm holding on to because that's a good one. Oh my god, I forgot I had a gesso primer. Okay, we're keeping that, that's useful. This is my palette for acrylic paints. These are some oiled acrylic paints that I have in here that I don't think I need because they're old and they're from the Chinese bazaar, so they're shit. Some rope, which I don't need. Don't think I need a crafts knife either, but I'll hold on to it for now because with the move it might be useful. Random wooden piece, a white pencil, that's useful. More paint brushes, more pencils, pen tint. Okay, a sock. There's some more just trash in there. Oh, I found one of the tubs of oil paint in here. I think that's the only one that's in here as well. This is another one of those prints. That can also go in the bin because we did throw out a lot of things, so now this can actually close properly. Can I actually just fit the media book in there now? I think I can. No, it closes! Wait, does it? Yeah, it closes! Nice! So that can just go directly into the top shelf of my closet because that's where I keep it. So just because of what I have to put away now, I think it's easier if I just put it into the closet off camera. Also, I'm trying to not get the reflection of the ring light into my bloody glasses. I'll put it all away and then I'll show the final results, and I think that will actually be something that I've been procrastinating for months on end. Done. Because there are quite a few more things that I have to do. We've been at it for a while now because I've been taking a lot of breaks in between. All that's left now is to put it all away, maybe take some stuff to the trash. I'll see you for the final result in about 30 minutes.